What is going on, guys? This is Roman of the IWC Gamers Goon here today with your Summerslam reviews. Sorry about my voice. As you know, last night I was in the United Center for All Out for CM Punk. I lost my voice in those 20 minutes that were CM Punk out in the ring. Just a little bit of a hint of what's to come. But SummerSlam tonight was a miserable show, if you ask me. There were some big moments that kind of felt rushed, kind of felt out of place. There was some good matches, but SummerSlam overall was a failure. They said they were going to build it up to be a WrestleMania caliber show, and this show legitimately felt like Raw on steroids. It was not a good show at all. This is quite possibly the worst show that they put on in probably the last 2 to 3 years. SummerSlam was a complete joke. It was a complete joke. A complete waste of time outside of just a few things. We started off with, on the pre-show, we have Big E and Baron Corbin going at it. I don't know what you really expected. Big E won. Nothing important to talk about. Big E won, as he should. Match really didn't even matter. It's a pre-show match. Never expected to be good. It wasn't good. Big E won. Then we started off the main show with Randy Orton and Riddle going up against the tag team champions AJ Styles and Omos for those Raw Tag Team Championships. And this match was actually one of the 3 matches in this show that I believe was actually a good match. And believe it or not, yes, they put on a good match, but they also got the winner right as well. And that is, they got RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle, or just Riddle now. They won the Tag Team Championships, as I fully expected them to do. And we had Riddle and Randy Orton go out as Tag Team Champions at SummerSlam. A very solid moment to start off the show. I thought they started off with something hot. Maybe we're going to keep up the momentum. Maybe we're going to have a good rest of the show. But then we got to some trash. We got to Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie in a singles match, which was a complete joke. One of the worst women's matches I think I've ever witnessed. And I hate saying that about Alexa Bliss because I've said it a few times recently when talking about Alexa Bliss. She's came a long way in the ring prior to this whole Bray Wyatt stolen gimmick bullshit that they have her doing. And Eva Marie, we all know, is probably the worst disgrace to wrestling that has ever stepped foot, male or female, in that ring. And Eva Marie ended up losing here as she should. Alexa Bliss won. And then Doudrop afterwards called Eva Marie a loser, grabbed her robe, and walked out. So thank fucking Christ they got Doudrop, who is actually a solid wrestler, Piper Niven is, away from Eva Marie because that was significantly hampering her. Hopefully Doudrop can do something meaningful in the women's division, but Eva Marie is get the fuck off my TV caliber. This woman is fucking terrible. Inside those ropes, she is terrible. I don't care how many of you simps want to sit there and act like she's good for business because she's an attractive female. Get the fuck off of Twitter. She is a fucking miserable professional wrestler. Just because she looks attractive does not mean she has to be on the fucking show. If she can go have her modeling career or do whatever the fuck she was doing prior to wrestling, but she has no business being in a WWE ring. She has no business being in an AEW ring, a Ring of Honor ring, a New Japan ring, a Stardom ring. It doesn't matter what promotion. She has no business being in it because she is that fucking miserable. She is to the point where if Impact picked her up, Impact would be... I mean, Impact is already kind of a joke, but they've gotten a lot better, in my opinion, but a lot of people still clown Impact. Eva Marie is exactly the type of signing people think Impact does. But I don't even think Impact would want to take Eva Marie. But Vince, on the other hand, he just likes attractive females. And then he'll just pick them up because, hey, you're an attractive female, and you have some professional wrestling background. You've done it before. Why not come back? Get the fuck off the TV. Alexa Bliss, she can stay. She actually has gotten better in the ring. Eva Marie, get away from the ring. The only ring that you need to be seeing is potentially a wedding ring from whomever your fiance, boyfriend, whoever that is. That's the only ring she needs to be seeing because the wrestling ring ain't for her. Then we got into an okay match. And I only say it's really okay because it was the right winner. It went 13 minutes, but I really wasn't all impressed. A lot of tonight felt boring, which I feel bad because I love Damian Priest and I love Sheamus. Damian Priest ended up winning the United States Championship, but I didn't really get much of a feeling as to like uh, like a great feeling with the match, and I didn't really get that great feeling throughout most of the card. There was some moments that I had a good feeling, but I didn't have that great feeling that we had last night. And obviously, you're contending with last night. Unfortunately for the WWE, you have to contend with it. So you need to put on a great show, and they absolutely failed miserably. Damian Priest did pick up the win. Congratulations to our new United States champion, Damian Priest. Hopefully the title run goes well for you. But I did not get that feeling that I was hoping I'd get with Damian Priest. Then we had the Mysterios go up against the tag team champions, Jimmy and Jey Uso, for the SmackDown tag team titles. Once again, I don't know what you want me to say. I told you going into this that there is zero chance that the Usos would lose as long as Roman Reigns is champion, and that remained the case as the Usos, Jimmy and Jey, ended up beating the Mysterios. Solid match, but once again, I wasn't really that entertained by it. It was an okay match, but I felt bored. Talking about bored, man. Ooh, they fucked this up big time. I'm wearing a Becky Lynch shirt, and that's what we're going to talk about next. We had Bianca Belaire versus Sasha Banks scheduled. Sasha Banks, unfortunately, was not at SummerSlam, so we got Bianca Belaire versus Carmella, which also did not happen because Becky Lynch's music played. Becky Lynch came on down to the ring, and she took out Carmella and challenged Bianca Belaire. She said, "How about the EST and the man fight here tonight for that SmackDown Women's Championship?" Bianca Belaire agreed, and literally in a matter of seconds, Becky goes to shake the hand of Bianca Belaire, and Bianca goes to shake it as well, reverses it, pushes her, ends up pinning her. Eventually, literally a matter of like 10 seconds. They legitimately buried your WWE Women's Champion in a matter of like 10, 20 seconds. It required one move for Becky Lynch to beat Bianca Belaire, who has been there since she's been active for however many months against somebody that's been gone for at least 9 months. She's been gone for probably about 10 months, 12, 11 months, somewhere around there. But at least 9 months, she legitimately lost to somebody that is coming back from having a child. And that's not the main issue that I had. I do understand why people had an issue with that. But she got buried. She got buried. It wasn't a good long match. It wasn't anything that really just put on a showcase. I thought maybe, yes, Becky Lynch winning, in my opinion, is still the right decision because Bianca Belaire's title run has not been good, at least in my opinion. But Becky Lynch winning makes sense. But I would at least had it be 15-minute match, 10-minute match, something. At least don't bury the woman that has been your women's champion the last few months. Don't bury her like that. Are we gonna get a rematch with Bianca Belaire and Becky? Probably. We're gonna probably play up the story that Bianca wasn't prepared for Becky. She had Sasha scouted. Becky's back though, and it really feels weird because, as y'all know, Becky is one of probably if my top all-time favorite wrestlers, and I did not get nearly the feeling I should have got with her coming back and winning a world championship immediately. It happens in maybe a 15-minute match. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm stoked. But Becky came out. Okay, cool. And then she just buries Bianca. How do you get a Becky fan like me, who's literally been her fan from the moment she stepped on the main roster, back when she came up, when Charlotte came out, when Sasha came up, back when she was on Team PCB? How do you do that? I watched her back when she was on Team Bay with Sasha in NXT. Best at everything. How do you make me not as excited about a Becky return as I should be, because they did not maximize it tonight. I understand CM Punk returned last night, and that's probably the biggest moment of my life so far. And that's because CM Punk's up there, probably my top 3 or 4 people in all professional wrestling history that I grew up in a childhood that I consider one of my idols, up there with John Cena. And Becky, like I said, is probably my favorite wrestler of all time. Shawn Michaels is up there. CM Punk's up there, John Cena's up there, Becky's up there. And somehow, some way, I didn't get the same feeling I should have got with Becky Lynch that we did with CM Punk. You're coming in. It was a move of desperation. You could tell it was a move of desperation. It felt like a move of desperation. It just did not feel special. And there was another moment later in the night that also did not feel special. Then we had Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Terrible match. Jinder Mahal lost. He should always lose to guys like Drew McIntyre. He has no business winning. Then we had a train wreck, which I told you from the beginning was going to be a train wreck. We had Nikki, almost a superhero, ASH, going up against Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Nikki ASH lost her women's championship to Charlotte Flair. The moment Nikki ASH won Money in the Bank and won the championship, I told you all that it is a very short-lived thing. Vince is going to come out there. He's going to get his laughs. He's going to get his chuckles making fun of Nikki Ash. And he's going to turn and have Charlotte Flair beat her because it is a joke to Vince McMahon. Nikki ASH, people were sitting there telling me, oh, he made a superstar out of her. Oh, he made Nikki ASH into a must-see. He made her a champion. This is great. He's making stars. No, he's not. No, he's not. If he was making stars, and Nikki ASH would have had a much more memorable title run than, I don't even know how long Money in the Bank was. About a month-long title run, and having Charlotte Flair pick it up. Nikki ASH, if she was really supposed to be a star, wouldn't have had that short of a title run. Wouldn't have been the one to get beat in this match. Charlotte Flair beat her. Goodbye, good riddance. Get out with a superhero gimmick. Get re-established with the Nikki Cross gimmick. Nikki ASH is a failure. It will never succeed ever again. It is a one-off deal. You're never going to be a champion again if you stick with that gimmick. Then we get into what was probably the match of the night, in my opinion. Seth Rollins going up against Edge. Very solid match. Went about 20 minutes. Edge, Rollins put on a showcase. Tributes to the Brood. Seth Rollins went back at the neck like he said he would. But Edge, in the end, ended up conquering with the execution and beating Seth Rollins. He hit a couple executions, actually. But he ended up winning via submission against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, once again, I said it coming into the show, he could eat a loss first off, second off, if Becky is returning, which did happen. He has to go be with the child. Because I don't think that they're both going to be flipping back and forth. I don't think that. But at least for the first couple months, one of those two are going to be in the child's life every single day. I don't know if they're taking the child to the shows or what they're doing, or if they have parents that can watch over them, the kids. I assume Becky's family is not in the States to watch over them, but maybe Rollins is able to take care of their child. But Rollins is going to have to take some time off. I don't think it's going to be a long time off. I think he'll take some time off, maybe a month, maybe to the Royal Rumble, if it is that necessary, which I don't believe it to be. I think that they'll figure it out. But Rollins is going to have to take some time off anyways. At least give him some time off. And then Edge, obviously, he's really not done much. He's came in, he's had big matches, but he hasn't won the big matches. And he's going to have to be preparing for a championship title picture, where a singles championship shot, where hopefully eventually he becomes a champion. Then we got into, once again, another train wreck that left everybody disappointed. Actually, I don't know if they left it disappointed, because everybody was just a sigh of relief once this match was over. Bobby Lashley defeated Goldberg because the ref stopped the match. Bobby Lashley was attacking the knee of Goldberg throughout the match. Once MVP slapped it with the cane, just kept going chop blocks to the knee, kept targeting the knee, ended up getting ref stopped the match because Goldberg couldn't walk. Then he started hitting with the chair afterwards. Then we see Gage, which is Goldberg's son, come on into the ring, and Bobby Lashley just turns around, immediately puts him in the hurt lock, ends up passing out. Then MVP goes on the mic afterwards saying he had no idea that was Gage. He had no idea that was Goldberg's son. He just knew a man was attacking him from behind, and he had to do what he had to do. 15-year-old kid, whatever, that they had on TV get choked out by Bobby Lashley, basically. Goldberg hears this as he's selling his knee injury, and he just crawls over to his son, grabbing him and yelling, "I'm gonna kill you, Lashley! I'm gonna kill you!" Which means one thing: we're getting this at Saudi Arabia. Fucking hell, man. I think they said Goldberg had like 2 more matches left on his card. Surely they can't give the damn guy a title. Hopefully they don't. But Bobby Lashley and Goldberg a second time might be worse than a first time, which nobody wanted to see anyways. Lashley's a guy I love personally. I think he's great, but you ruin everybody's momentum when you put him with Goldberg. Look at Bray Wyatt. The dude's momentum fucking died immediately as he had entered a feud with Goldberg. Goldberg ended up beating the damn dude. Look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was a damn champion. He ain't even came close to a damn title since. Every time Goldberg touches one of these guys that have been good and on a good path and they're looking good and they have some potential to have a great title run, Goldberg fucks it up. Lashley, hopefully ain't the same case. Hopefully we're done with it. Hopefully that was more so, I'm going to kill you, Lashley, but then we get notice that he has to retire via storyline because of the knee. Hopefully that is the case. Is that probably going to be the case? No. Then we got into John Cena going up against the head of the table, Roman Reigns, for the WWE Universal Championship. Very solid match. I would say this was the third match on the card that I was talking about. It was the Edge match, the Roman match, and the RK Bro match. A very solid match. A lot of false finishes. We had Cena come out there. He hit some AAs. He hit the 5-knuckle shuffle. He did the whole John Cena thing. Roman Reigns came out there. He did the whole Superman punches, drive-bys, spears. It was these guys just getting in their shots. These guys putting it all on the line. These guys really giving you close counts and really thinking, hey, maybe John Cena might actually win this. John Cena hit an A off the top rope, and I was like, holy shit, John Cena just won He just won the damn WWE Universal Championship. He just won the damn thing. And Roman Reigns kicked out. Roman Reigns had some Superman punches. I was like, oh, that's it for him. He had 2 Superman punches in a row. John Cena's laying down. And I'm like, oh, that's it for him. It wasn't. But John Cena ends up losing to Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns, as he is celebrating in the ring after beating John Cena, we hear the Lesnar music. Brock Lesnar comes out looking as rough around the edges as ever before, looking like he just got off the farm and is just coming in for milking the cows. That is exactly what Brock Lesnar came in. He is bigger than I remember him. He looks phenomenal. The guy, he's put on muscle. His hair, he's grown out his hair, had it in a ponytail. He had a full beard. Brock Lesnar's look was absolutely beautiful. To the point where if his music wasn't playing and he was just sitting in the crowd, it'd be hard to recognize the damn guy. He legitimately looked like a different man. Brock Lesnar came out there legitimately looking like a tough motherfucker. And then the only issue I have with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, once again, is the fact that we've seen it how many times now. Now, I am very intrigued in a Paul Heyman scenario here, because Paul Heyman is the spokesman for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So how does that work out? Does Roman Reigns make Paul Heyman pick a side? Does Paul Heyman manage both? Does Paul Heyman just sit on the sidelines and not do a single thing? Who knows? That is the most interesting part about this feud, but the worst part is we've seen it 100 times before. And you could tell this was a desperate move. People are going to say it wasn't reactionary. I've had people tell me all night that, oh, WWE's not going to be doing reactionary shit. Becky Lynch winning a damn championship 28 seconds into being fucking reintroduced to the fan base isn't reactionary. You're getting one of, if not the biggest names on your entire roster outside of Roman Reigns a championship just because she returned rather than building it up. That's not reactionary. Bringing in Brock Lesnar, who has feuded with Roman Reigns at least 3 or 4 times. I don't even know if that's right. It might be more than that. Probably is more than that. All I can tell you is I do not want to see it again. But the Paul Heyman aspect makes it watchable. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, however many time. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Those are reactionary moves to last night. Those are reactionary moves. On non-reactionary moves would have been to go in there and yes, you can do the Becky return. Yes, you can do the Brock return. But instead of having Becky bury Bianca Belaire, instead of having Brock come out and challenge Roman Reigns, you could have done something different. You could have done Brock and Lashley. You could have had Becky come out, stare down Bianca. Bianca says, you know what? Yeah. And then they have a longer match. Or Bianca says, you know what? No. Turns heel, stops Becky on the spot. Becky can't fight because Bianca attacks her prior to them ever beginning. And we get a feud set up for the future. And most importantly, if you wanted things to not look reactionary, you should have had matches like Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie banned from the card. You should have had Damian Priest and Sheamus actually feel important. You should have the Usos and Rey Mysterio feel important. You should have had McIntyre and Mahal banned from the card. You should have had Charlotte Flair, Nikki. Okay, Charlotte Flair, Nikki, ASH, and Rhea Ripley wasn't a terrible match, but it also wasn't a good thing. You should have had that. I would say have Nikki ASH win, even though I don't like her. Edge you did perfectly fine with. Goldberg, that's fine. But I would have done Lashley and Brock and Roman and Cena's perfectly fine. That simple. I just laid it out for you. If you wanted things not to look reactionary, don't make it so obvious that you are trying to counter them. Because giving your top star a championship, one of your top stars a championship, the moment she walks through the door, that's reactionary. Having one of your top free agent kind of guys that can just flip between brands go up against somebody that they've already faced just because he's the biggest name in the company, once again, looks reactionary rather than to do something new with a Lashley and Lesnar feud. Something people want to see. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Nobody cares if Bill Goldberg gets his revenge. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank y'all for watching this SummerSlam review. Shout out to all my YouTube brothers that are doing a YouTube review here tonight. I think Conlon's out there reviewing it. I know Storms will be out there reviewing it tomorrow. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's waiting until NXT because sometimes he does that. But shout out to Bonafide. He should probably have a video up for you all. The Elitist, I'm sure, will have some up for you all. There's a lot of guys out there that have some up for you all. So go watch their content as well. But at least if you ask me, and at least I know some of my friends in the IWC were not very fond of SummerSlam tonight. So hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves because I definitely didn't. I could have had a better night. I should have known it wasn't going to be a good night when my fucking B-Dubs order gets fucked up. I had to get Outback tonight. I don't like Outback on a damn... I usually get either Outback or a pizza place for NXT and Buffalo Wild Wings for the major WWE pay-per-view, which I was going to do, except I went online to order my B-Dubs order. They had my mild wings, but they didn't have my fucking onion rings. When I went to check out, they said we're out of onion rings. So fuck you, B-Dubs. Get my fucking onion rings for tomorrow. I'm gonna be eating your food tomorrow. If there's not some fucking onion rings on your damn website, I'm gonna be pissed. I do not want to eat fucking French fries. I want to eat fucking onion rings. If I wanted to eat French fries, I can go to fucking McDonald's. And they also didn't have chips and salsa. Because I thought maybe, okay, whatever, they don't have onion rings. Maybe I'll go for chips and salsa. They didn't even have fucking chips and salsa. So, Buffalo Wild Wings, fix your fucking shit by tomorrow, man. Fix it. I need my fucking appetizer so that I can get ready for the damn show. And then once the show begins, I can start eating my damn wings. I've been dying for fucking B-Dubs wings since my birthday, because that's the last time I went to a damn Buffalo Wild Wings. I love Buffalo Wild Wings. It's one of my top things. Except I haven't been having it because at Money in the Bank, we had my grandpa over for dinner prior to the show. So we had I believe we had like ribs or something. So I haven't had my Buffalo Wild Wings. So Buffalo Wild Wings, don't fuck up your opportunity tomorrow. You fucked it up tonight, don't fuck it up tomorrow. There's a little shoot on Buffalo Wild Wings for you. Buffalo Wild Wings, fix your fucking shit. Follow me on Twitter, GamersGoonYT. Follow me on Instagram, thegoongameryt. I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and make sure you like the video. And make sure you come back tomorrow for the NXT TakeOver 36 preview and predictions and the review. I don't know what else I'll be doing on the channel this weekend. I might talk some more wrestling. Who fucking knows? But I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.